So this is the another topic. So before this one, just see this video, animation video. This is a sleeve. This is a quarter. This is a shaft. So from the both ends, shaft and sleeve are going to assemble like this. On the sleeve and shaft, common one slot is provided for insertion of the quarter. This is the front view. Inside the, see here, for the shaft, one slot is provided. For the sleeve also, slot is provided, common slot. So when the two slots are matched, then the quarter is going to inserted.
Sir,
Yeah, yes, please no.
sir, sir, can you show from the starting?
So this is the sleeve. Sleeve is considered here. Remember this point for the entire design procedure. Sleeve is a hollow circular shaft. Hollow circular shaft. On this sleeve, two slots are provided. Means two holes are provided for insertion of the quarter. And this is a quarter having the flat wedge shaped rectangular piece, metal piece. This is a metal piece. And this is a shaft. For the shaft also, slot is provided. Same whatever the dimensions we provided in the sleeve, same dimensions are going to maintain here. Now this is assembly, how it is going to assemble. From both end of the sleeve, shafts are inserted. Then both slots, whenever the both slots are matched, the quarter is going to insert it. So this sleeve and quarter joint is used to connect the two circular rods of coaxial for temporary joining purpose. This is a sectional view. Now inside how the assembly is going to done, it is the clear cut image. This black color images are shaft. These quarters are going to inserted. So see here, if the sleeve is fail, what is the failure here? This failure area. Remember these failure areas. These areas are going to use while solving the this uh, theory. And this is a failure area for the shaft. How it is appearing. Just remember these images. So remember this hashed lines. Here it is showing with the hashed lines. These hashed lines are after failure how it is going to appear. So this area we are going to use while solving the design procedure. Okay. So this is the this animation video I shown to you for understanding purpose. Sleeve and quarter joint. This sleeve and quarter joint also same purpose whatever we used in the previous case, that is a socket and spigot joint. Okay, socket and spigot. So here also it is used for the temporary joining purpose. Two rods are going to inserted from the other two ends. From this end, one shaft is inserted. From this end, one other shaft is inserted. Whenever the two shafts are after insertion, common slot are matched, then the cotter is going to inserted here. Okay, this cotter is having the rectangular cross section, having somewhat width and somewhat thickness as per our design requirement. Okay, Amma? Now coming to the design procedure. Design procedure. In design procedure, remember one thing: what we are doing, we are calculating the dimensions of the this sleeve and quarter joint. In the socket and spiker joint also we calculated the dimensions. How we calculated the dimensions? Based on the assumptions how it is going to fail. It means based on the failure modes of quarter joints. Based on failure modes of the quarter joint, we are designing this sleeve and quarter joint. Now first failure mode. So before calculating the failure modes, taking in consideration the terminology, see here, small d represents diameter of the rod. Small d represents diameter of the rod, and the small d1 means diameter. Small d1 means outside diameter of the sleeve. Outside diameter of the sleeve. D2 means diameter of the enlarged rod. See here, small d is the diameter of this rod. Now this rod is somewhat enlarged here. What is the diameter this one? That is D2. D2 means diameter of the enlarged rod. Okay, and capital L represents the length of the sleeve. Capital L is the length of the sleeve, and small t here thickness of the quarter, and B, small b, width of the quarter, and L, small l, where is the small l here? So here, see here, small l, length of the quarter, and small a, distance of the rod A from the beginning of the quarter to the hole. It means from here to this hole. This distance is known as small a, and small c means distance of the rod end. Distance of the rod end means from this end to this hole, end of starting of the hole, that is c. Here also a parameter is there, and here also c parameter is there, and there is some clearance is there. The clearance value 3 mm, and total length of the this rod, how much whatever the we are maintaining from the enlarged to this enlarged, that is 9D. So these are all the terminology related to the sleeve and quarter joint. Now we are designing. In designing, based on the failure modes, we are designing the dimensions of this sleeve. Now first one, failure of the rod in tension. Failure of the rod in tension. Just listen, Babu, here one thing. In the design of joints, so many relations are there. So you have to remember these relations. How you are going to remember? Based on the consideration of the failure modes. If you remember this title, whatever I'm written here, number one, failure of the rod in tension. Based on this title only, equation is generated. Okay. So see here how I'm generating the equation. Failure of the rod in tension. It means this rod is going to fail because of the tensile load application. See here how it is going to applying the load in tensile manner. So because of the tensile load, the failure is generating. What type of failure? Tensile failure. What respective stress is what their tensile stress. So general equation, whatever you studied in strength of material, what is stress? Stress is nothing but load by area. General equation I'm writing. So because this is the tensile stress, I'm writing the tensile load, I'm writing the tensile failure area. Now with this equation, I'm writing the pt as pt equal sigma t into at. Now what is at? At is the failure area of the rod. How much? We don't know, that we have to calculate. So how it is appearing the shaft? The rod is appearing in a circular manner. So what is the area of the circular shaft? Pi by 4 into d square. Write this area here. So pt equal sigma t into pi by 4 into d square. Now this is the equation. So with this equation, what we are going to calculating? D is determined in mm. Because this is the derivation, I am writing in like this. D is determined. If it is, in case it is a numerical problem, you have to write the d value here in terms of mm. Is it clear, Babu? How I am generating the equation? Based on the title, I am generating the equation. Don't focus on the directly on the equation, you focus on the title. If you remember the title, these equations automatically you can recall. Okay. Now second equation. Now what is the second one here? Second equation I'm writing. Second failure. Failure of the rod in tension across the weakest section. Rod in tension across weakest section. So in this diagram, see in this diagram, where we can find the weakest section in the rod. Where we can find, just anybody can guess, anybody guess that where we can find the weakest section in this rod? Please respond to my question, Babu. If you know, tell something. If you don't know, say don't know, sir. In this rod, so I'm drawing the rod here. This is the rod. For this rod, where is the weakest section? Where we can find the weakest portion for this entire rod?
Middle of it, sir.
Where am I?
Middle.
At B. Yeah, exactly. Wherever the slot is generated, at the slot portion, we can find the weakest portion. Just I will show in the in video. See here in this figure, we can find the weakest portion here in this region where the cursor is moving. At this section, the weakest portion we can find because here the slot is maintained. Now we are applying the load in this manner. Okay. See here. At this section, we can find the weakest portion. So because of tensile force application, because application of tensile force here and here, the maximum the rod is going to fail at this weakest portion, because the reason is stress concentration phenomena. Stress concentration means what, wherever the, suppose this is a rectangular plate, already we discussed, suppose this is a hole, now suppose this is the type of load applying, the stress is maximum at the edges of the hole, and minimum at the center, and maximum at this edge. Same concept involving here, because here the, because of the stress concentration, maximum stresses are going to generated here, and because of that reason the rod is going to fail in this cross section. Now after failure, how it is appears, I am drawing, see here, after failure, front view I am drawing. Now this is the diameter d2. Okay, now this is the slot thickness, nothing but quarter thickness t. Now what is the, which area we have to consider? The area we have to consider here, this area, failure area. Are you getting my point, Babu? Okay, this area we have to consider. So that I am drawing, see here again, failure of the rod in tension across the weakest section. Across the weakest section means at the slotted portion, at slot portion, at slot portion. So failure area I am drawing here. This is the d2 extension diameter of the rod, and this is the slot thickness, small t, and this is the failure area. Now see here, title, failure of the rod in tension. So rod is failure is happening in tension because tensile load is applying. For this respective stress is tensile stress. So what is general equation for the stress? Load by area. So because I'm writing the T here, here also I'm writing T T. Now with this equation, the equation will generate PT equal sigma T into AT. Okay, what is the area here? Tensile failure area. So what is the area I'm writing? First initially consider this is a circular solid rod of D2. Now what is the area for this one? Pi by 4 into D2 square. Okay, for this what we are generating this one slot. It means removing the somewhat material. How much material we are removing? D2 into T means this rectangle portion. The length of the rectangle is D2, thickness of the rectangle is T. This much of material we are removing, isn't it? Now based on this concept, the area of the failure area for this diagram, pi by 4 into d2 square minus d2 into t. Okay, write this equation here. Pt equal sigma t into pi by 4 into d2 square minus d2 into t. Now where t is the thickness of the quarter, it is d2 by 4. Okay, so if you write here, if I write here pt equal sigma t into pi by 4 into d2 square minus d2 into d2 by 4. Pt equal sigma t into d square by 4. If I take outside, pi minus how much? D square by 4, if I write pi minus 1. Okay, now with this equation what we are getting here, we can find out the extension diameter of the rod d2 is determined in mm. Is it clear, Babu? How this section is generated? So see here, based on the title only, this entire derivation is derived. So you people be focus on the titles only, not focus on the this equation. You have to focus on the title and this area. What type of area is generating? Based on the generated area, this equation is generating. The rest of the thing is common. In first equation, stress equation is same. Now in this stress equation is same. If it is sigma s I am taking, here I am going to take the sigma s. But the thing, sigma equal load by area is common. If I take C here, C I am writing. It means only the suffixes I am changing, but the basic equation is not changing. So remember this point. Okay. Now the third point. Third point is failure of the rod in crushing. Otherwise, failure of quarter in crushing. Both meaning are same, Babu. Failure of rod in crushing same meaning. Failure of quarter is same meaning. Don't get confused. Sometimes question will ask specifically what is the failure of quarter in crushing. So don't get confused. Both are same meaning. Okay. For this, in previous case, failure of the rod in shear we calculated. Failure of the rod, not failure of the rod in shear, not in a tension. So now same area I'm taking. It is the outer diameter, sorry, or not outer diameter, extension diameter of the rod D2. Now this is the thickness T, slot thickness T. Now because of the slot, now because of the quarter, now see here, I will show with the video. See here, see here, because of this, see Babu, see I'm doing here because of this quarter is going to hit the surface of the rod here. Otherwise, the rod is going to hit the this quarter like this. So because of hitting, what happened? This area, this particular area of the quarter, otherwise this particular area of the rod is subjected to crush. So how it is appear after crushing rod, particularly for rod, this is the rod diameter small d 2 because of the slot T. Okay, because crushing, I'm telling the crushing, because of this quarter is going to hitting here in this manner. Okay, the surfaces of the quarter, surfaces of the rod is going to subject to crush. So rod crushing I'm drawing here. Okay, this area, the crushed area only we have to take into consideration. So what is the crush area here? What is the crush area here? So because the rod is failuring in crushing, so crushing stress we have to take crush load by area crush. So PC equal sigma C into AC. So what is AC here? Failure of the rod in crushing. That is, so see here what type of shape is appearing here? Rectangular shape is appearing. It means what is the area of rectangle? D2 into T, length into breadth. So that area we are taking here. So B D2 into T. This is a basic equation for the rectangle. Okay, write this equation here. PC equals sigma C into uh, D2 into T. Now with this equation, what we are calculating, already D2 we calculated in the previous equation, but we are checking the sigma C here, whether our calculated D2 value is under safe condition or not. How we have to check here? This is our induced stress. Induced stress. So this induced stress should always less than the permissible limit. Permissible limit or stress. So if our value is less than the permissible value, then our design is safe. If it is not safe, again you have to recheck the procedure whatever you did previously. Then if it is finding again same, then you have to consider that this is as the basic stress value and design the D2 value. Is it right? Now next thing, this is the third one. Now fourth one, failure of the sleeve in tension. Sleeve in tension. Failure of the sleeve in tension across the slot. Otherwise, failure of the sleeve in tension at slot at weakest portion. This one we can also define with otherwise failure of the sleeve in tension at weakest portion. Okay. So how it is appears, I will show with this diagram. Now see, this is the sleeve. This is the sleeve. The sleeve is going to fail at weakest portion. Otherwise, the sleeve is going to fail in tension at the slot. That is the title, across the slot. So this is the slot. At this slot, the sleeve is going to fail. At this slot, the sleeve is going to fail. Okay, only one side I am considering here. If it is fail here, why it is failing here? Because the load is applying here tensile load. The load is applying here tensile load. Okay, now because of the slot is provided here, stress concentration phenomena involve here. So at the these edges, the stress concentration is more. Okay, this diagram I'm drawing here after failure, how it is appear I'm drawing. See here, this is the diameter, outside diameter of the sleeve, outside diameter of the sleeve. that is d1, and this is the inside diameter of the sleeve, that is d2. d2 means extension diameter of the rod, or else d2 is inside diameter of the sleeve. For d2 we have two names. Remember this thing. d2 means inside diameter of the sleeve, otherwise extension diameter of the rod. And here the slot is provided. That slot I am drawing here. That slot I am drawing here. So for this slot I am filling with the color, this color. Sorry. So failure of the rod means the failure area is, this is the one. Okay. So what is the thickness here? Slot thickness is thickness of the quarter. This is the thickness of the quarter. Okay. So this is the area. Are you getting the? So same diagram I'm drawing here. Same drawing I'm drawing here again. So cap, this is the diameter of the sleeve, outer diameter of the sleeve d1. This is the inside diameter of the sleeve d2, and this is the slot thickness t. Same diagram I'm drawing again here. Now this is the failure area. So these diagrams, these cross sections you have to draw in examinations above. Now failure of the sleeve in tension. So in tension means the failure is happening in tension, tensile stress. So tensile stress I'm writing. Tensile stress is equal tensile load by tensile failure area. Now equation may be changed as PT equal sigma T into AT. Now what is AT? This area we have to write. So initially, suppose consider I'm writing the equation. Just I want to show how it is going to generate the area equation. Suppose initially this is a solid, one hollow circular shaft. Hollow circular shaft. For this, what is the area? Pi by 4 into d1 square minus d2 square. This equation you know. Now after this, what we are doing? We are providing the one slot here. Means removing the material. So what is the area of the slot? The area of the slot is this particular area we need to take into consideration, because here in middle there is no material. Here only we are removing the material. How much material we are removing? d1 minus d2 into t. If we make d1 minus d2, this thickness will get. If we do d1 minus d2, this thickness values we will get. Then thickness of this one is the t, d1 minus d2 means this is the this much of amount we are removing from this whole portion. It means the total area will now pi by 4 into d2 square, d1 square minus d2 square minus d1 minus d2 into t. So this is the failure area. That area you have to write here. Now equation may be changes as pt equal sigma t into pi by 4 into d1 square minus d2 square minus d1 minus d2 into t. So with this equation, what we are going to calculating, d1 is determined in mm. Now what is t here? Thickness of the quarter, otherwise thickness of the slot, its value is d2 by 4. Is it clear, Babu? Now this is the fourth one. Now fifth one. Fifth one, failure of the quarter in shear. So just see it again. Now see here, because of the quarter, one more diagram, select. Now see here, because of the tensile load application here, because of the tensile load application here, load PT and PT, what happening? The load is going to pull this rod in this manner, pulling the rod in this manner. Okay. Now the sleeve is rest portion. There is no disturbance. For that reason, suppose if the quarter is the weakest part in this joint, the quarter is the weakest part. What happen? If the rod is come outside, this quarter, this portion, whatever I am sharing, this is going to remains inside the sleeve, and this quarter is going to remains in this sleeve. Okay, and now this red color quarter come outside along with this rod. Are you getting my point, Babu? It means this quarter is going to divide in three parts. The first portion is going to remains inside here. The bottom portion of quarter is going to remains in the sleeve. The middle portion is come outside along with this rod. Like this, it is going to divide in three parts. After dividing into three parts, how it is going to appear, I am drawing here. Okay, Baba, are you getting or not? This half portion is going to remains in this sleeve. This portion is going to remains stay in the sleeve. This middle portion come outside of the joint along with the rod. It means, see here, just we are applying the tensile load, but on this quarter tangential forces are generating. Because of the tangential forces, shear stress is going to generate it. What type of stress? Shear stress. That is shear load by shear area. Okay, that I am writing here. Now see here again I am drawing. So here the failure area I am showing with the different color. The failure area on the quarter is, this is the failure area. Here at this bottom also you can find the rectangular failure area. Here failure area, and at this bottom also you can find the rectangular shape of failure area. Arey babu, it may go out current. Wait amma, current चल गया sir.
मेरा डेटा भी आज ही खत्म हो गया सर। सर हॉटस्पॉट ऑन करतो सर. अनिश आहे आगायला करंट आगायला होता रिकॉर्ड भी रेज्यूम होता. अरे नीचे है गया. Can you hear my voice, Babu? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Okay.
Can you hear my voice, Babu? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sir.
अटेंडेंस नहीं लिया सर मैं. सर सर
तो बंद हो गया तो क्या?
हाँ वही नहीं बंद करा.
मेरा भी परसों फिर मैं गलती से रिफ्रेश मारा तो भी रिफ्रेश होने के बाद जब लोड होता हूँ तब से कैंसिल कर रहा है.
Yes, Babu. Are you there? Sorry for power cut. Disturbance is happening. Are you there, Avarma?
Yes, sir.
So don't leave the class. I'm taking attendance.
Okay, sir.